Welcome to the show on the buytherupee.com where we discuss about money, investments and saving. And in this episode or the season, we are talking about the people who have started their personal finance journey to achieve their financial freedom. Hari, could you please introduce yourself to our listeners?
Hi Darshan, I'm Hariharan, working as a senior software engineer on a private firm. So, I have around 3 years of experience in my engineering field.
So, Hari, when did you start the journey on this financial investment? So, what was the trigger for you to begin this?
Even during my university days, save a little bit of amount into my bank FDs. So once I started working, I always had some savings going on, especially on some bank FDs. And then when I started learning about equities, stocks, mutual funds, I jumped in as soon as possible.
So, you already have the power of time working towards your side.
That is true though.
Good that you started very early. Nice to know, Hari. You mentioned about you started with FDs. What is saving and investing? Could you explain what is the difference between the both?
So when we save money, we'll only get interest. So let's say even at the biggest bank firms, there is no returns past 5%, even if you invest for 3+ years. So you go in, put your money locked in for 3 years, and then I was interested to see when you give money to bank, what do they do with your money so that they learn something and then they can give something back. So what they do is they take your money, they go invest in government bonds and equities so that they'll get more returns on from your money, and then they'll only give you 5% from it. So why not? I thought why not? Can we do it directly? And then I was looking into the investing topic, which is the game changer topic. So you get around um, so when we say investing, so it is different from savings. From savings you get interest, but when we go to investment, we'll get returns, which means your money gets compounded over time. On a savings account, your money will get only simple interest, but on investing, your money will get compounded. So there are many people who say compounding is the eighth wonder of the world.
Hari, what was the motivation that you started investing way back in your university's days? Why didn't you take up after you started working? Why was it in the university? What was the motivation to start that?
So, my university is in a very greenish farm kind of area. Not my university is surrounded by villages. There is no pollution. There is no lot of crowd. There is no people here. There are only villages and beautiful countryside, greenish, lush trees everywhere, farmlands. So that wherever you go, you only see trees. And so that is the main reason for investing. So to buy a big farmland on outside city area and then go and settle there.
So basically, when we discuss about these financial related topics, whenever we are investing, everything has to be backed by a goal. And it looks like you have a predefined goal that you have set during your university days, and you have started working towards that goal. And really, it looks like a plan, and you are on your way to achieve your goal. So, Hari, since these financial related topics are quite complex in nature, right? Did you have any formal teaching on this subject of finance through books, podcast, YouTube, knowledge on investment?
No, Darshan. So I had some knowledge about FDs and RDs and PPF with the help of my dad and brother. Uh, I apart from FD, RD, and PPF, I don't have any knowledge. I didn't had any knowledge on any other investing products or equities before I started learning about investing. So there is a colleague of mine in my office. who brought us into this investing game. So what he'll do is like he used to ask questions with us. What you guys do with your money once after you have it spend it for EMIs and those things. What will you do with the leftover money? And most of the people said like we'll go put an FD or RD or something like that. So even I was doing only that. And then once he showed us like what equities is, what can it do over a period of like 10-15 years. So he's a person like who's having more than 8 years of experience and who's investing since from his early stages of career. And once he showed his portfolio to us, like we were mind blown. Like the amount of returns you get from a low from equities, there is risk, but when the returns get compounded, like it's amazing. When you look at it after like 8 years, you see like the 8-digit number there, and you are astonished.
Very true, Hari. When we are doing the investment, definitely the stock market is a volatile and a risky place. But over the time, when you see in the horizon, all this risk gets mitigated and you get a much more compounding returns on your investment. That's why they say never invest for a short term, always invest for a long term. If your goals are 10-15 years, always do the stock market investment. Beautiful. And I'm very glad your friend taught you about this investment insights, how to do this portfolio, and you bought the story and you are on board of this investment rather than just shrugging off this information and saying investment is not my cup of tea. Glad you took that information and proceeded to get into the world of investment, and I should congratulate both of you on those aspects. So when you begin this investment journey, what was the one thing that you wished you knew?
So what I knew is like there are some investment products that are not so good, but I have already signed up for it. Example like LIC and those kind of things. Periodically put money for 15 years. Yeah. So and when I knew like what is XIR or CAGR, and when I go and calculate the amount invested on an LIC policy for 15 years and look at the CAGR, it's not even like 6%.
Right, you are perfectly true, Hari. I had about 11 different policies in LIC. I started about this way back in 2004. I didn't have much information about this investment, or rather, in our friend circle, we didn't discuss much about this. So we thought buying LIC would be the investment, and later we came to know about LICs or any endowment policies is a mixture of both investment and insurance. For investment, have a pure investment tools like doing investing in SIP for 15 years. You get at least 12% on the interest in a long run. And for the purpose of insurance, go for a term insurance, which should suffice.
Yeah, I was about to say, even if there is too much volatility, or in case of global crisis, we can expect an average 10%.
Going through this journey, we tend to make some mistakes which are little costly, but yes, it's acceptable.
It's like riding a motorcycle. Once you started understanding how to run, like you'll never fall again.
Is this your biggest failure, Hari, in world of investment, or you have invested somewhere, lost money by listening to parents or friends?
So far, no. I haven't blindly put something upon a friend's opinion or someone's opinion. So, apart from the LIC mistake, which we wouldn't call as a mistake, but it's like a little bit less return, less risky product.
Learning.
But, we are already locked in, so we just learning tool.
Yeah.
Apart from that,
Correct.
there is nothing else. So there are some friends who are doing crypto investments, but there is a global rule, right? don't go put money on something that you don't understand.
Exactly, I always second that. And because you have worked so hard on that, earning that at least 1 rupee or 10 rupees, and you do not know where the money is going to, right? And you don't understand exactly how the crypto works or what the regulations are. If someone, because of one man's tweet, if the crypto is changing, we can never predict its future. And if you have to have this investment locked in for a long term, and if you are banking it for retirement or to purchase any house or any land, if the man tweets again that I am not using crypto, so your entire portfolio will sink to the bottom of the ship. Any advice that you want to give to the people who are listening into this podcast?
Do not be afraid of stock markets or equities. So when we say like you are going to do investment, you are not going to put money blindly into something and you expect like you become rich overnight. So that does not work. So what you are going to do is like you invest money on the global market, which means like there are two main index in India, so Nifty and Sensex. So Nifty consists of the biggest 50 companies in India. So when you look at the history of these 50 companies from 2000, you can see the companies are always going up. So what happens if you go and invest in these companies? Your money is definitely going to go up over the long run. Like for over the next 10 years, these companies are going to definitely perform better than the previous 10 years. So which is why the stock market works wonders. And you can start as little as like 1,000 a month. There's no limitation on you should put like 1 lakh immediately today and you expect 4 lakhs tomorrow. That doesn't work. You can start as little as 1,000 a month, and when you look at the end of year, you already have 12,000. And if you expect 10% returns from 12,000, you already have 1,200 in your portfolio. And then when it gets compounded to again a 10%, imagine how much it will grow over a period of 10 years.
What are the resources or books that you have read and that have helped you?
Yeah, this is something which needs to be shared to the young generation and a lot of upcoming university grads who are starting their new job. So there is a Reddit community called India Investments. So this what this community does is like they do posts every day. There will be posts. So if you understand how Reddit works, like you can learn wonders from here in this. So I'll share a link to an article that I read, which will open your eyes on what you're doing on your 20s and what you should do. So it's a 4-part series and it will take some time to read. But if you read it patiently, like there are some questions which you will be asking yourself on the money, about the money and where it's going. And after end of 4 parts, like you will be sure like you will never want to invest in a fixed deposit or a recurring deposit.
I have last two questions. Question number 1, SIP or a lump sum investment?
So I would go with SIP then.
Stock market investment or cryptocurrency?
Stocks.
Thanks, Hari. Thanks for being on this show today. So, if our listeners want to connect you online and ask more questions, how can they connect?
Yeah, the listeners can reach me at GetHari on Twitter.
Get Hari. So that's a handle for you guys. So you can connect with Hari on the Twitter. With that note, thanks Hari. Thanks for being on the show.
Yeah, thanks Darshan. Thanks for having me on the show.
You are absolutely welcome. It was a pleasure.